Hello friends, how are you? Okay, now I took time to set the screen. Before coming to live, once live started online, screen adjustment is required. So I said that. Anyway, hello friends, how are you? In this live video class, I'm going to take a new subject that is on printing part, that is fabric printing. Friends, in my channel you can find video classes on dyes, different types of dyes, reactive dyes, acid dyes, okay, basic dyes and other things. And also we have completed most of the preparatory dyeing preparatory processes. See, in this now I'm going to take the printing part also in the middle. Also, one more point is that I completed the block printing also. Introduction to block printing in both English version as well as and in Hindi versions. You can watch Hindi version and or English version. That is on block printing, introduction to block printing. Now, this after block printing, the other method of printing, textile material printing, that is mainly fabric printing, is stencil printing. Friends, you know, many types of printing methods are there. Compared to olden days, nowadays the technology is developed. Advanced development is there in the printing technology. Before printing was done on the fabric. Now printing is done directly on the garments. Okay. What the technology is there? That will be a chemistry, printing chemistry. That will be a mechanical device developments, or any atomizations or computerizations, color combinations or color mechanisms, shade identifications, shade distributions, whatever those many techniques are there in creating the good printings and good aesthetic, good look printings. Whatever I started, this is a theory class is there. I can't go directly to the present, what the present printings are there in the garment export house. I will take classes on later. Before that, what the basic academic theory classes are there. Block printing is complete, now stencil printing. Friends, what is stencil printing? You know stencil, you might have heard, you or your children's or your brothers, small children's in the school, they might have a compass. In their compass instrument, geometrical boxes, one stencil will be there, stencil plate for marking ABCD up to Z, small letter or capital letter. That is stencil. Same, the stencil, that is the main, to understand stencil printing, that is the best example of giving the equipment required for printing. Stencil. Friends, this is a very oldest method of printing. There is nothing, technology is nothing. Actually, this is not a printing process. This is not a textile printing process. But even though in the olden days, this method was used for printing. Block printing, you know, friends, block printing required the blocks. This type of blocks, wooden blocks will be there. On the bottom of the blocks, there is a cuttings, carving designs are cut, sharp designs are cut. Whatever the carvings are there, whatever patterns are there, whatever designs are there. That is a block for printing. Whatever the tub will wear, color paste, on the color paste they will paste it, immerse it and take it and put on the fabric underwing like that. This is the block printing, correct? Block printing properly immediately at the scheduled pattern, at the marking patterns, so that repeat can be moved, repeat can be produced. That is block printing. But in case of stencil, instead of this wooden block and this carved designs attached to it, but only simple is there. The metal sheets are used, thin metal sheets are used, or cartridge papers are used, or waterproof papers are used, sheets are used, or laminated sheets are used. Those laminated sheets are cut, okay, accordingly. So better friends, I will do one thing. Tomorrow again I will take live classes on this printing practical. I will show this. See, you may this, are you seeing that? Okay, this type of paper is there. I'm coming front. This type of paper will be there. This is a waterproof plastic. This is a plastic. Actually, this is a plastic is there. Okay, just I'm showing. This is not. This is actually a stationery is there. Stationery file paper is there. I'm giving examples. This is a paper sheet is there. I would like to write. I would like to print on the board or any fabric. The textile. The term I tried. Actually, I planned to show in this class only, but due to time shortage, I did not work. Tomorrow I will come this with practical. I have to prepare the stencils. See, this is a part is there. Textile is there. Textile. This is fashion is there. This I will cut and show it tomorrow. See, any design, not only these letters, any designs, or if any design, carving designs, art, the art, whoever the artist is there, that is a human designs, animals, birds, or natural, floral prints, okay, flora, fauna, whatever is there, prints are there, natural nature's print or any artificial print, okay, hibiscus print, floral print, many prints are there, whatever is there. Those prints are cut on this paper, cut on this paper, this type of paper, they are cut and place on, suppose this is a fabric is there, placed on the fabric, okay, like this placed. Wherever the cutting is there, design cutting is there, on that spray is done, and that spray is done, or by brushing it is done. By brushing, this brushing is done, or spray is done, okay, whatever, or sponge, by means of sponging it is done. This is the simple way of explaining stencil printing. Friends, important here is that even though this is a very simple to say stencil print, but this is the oldest method, and also advantages are there and also disadvantages are there. See, I'm coming here. Brushing and spraying, this is by cutting on a thin sheet of paper, designs are carved, okay, and cut on the brushing is done. And second one is patterns are cut on a flat sheet, or this may be a metal sheet, it may be a thin metal sheet, or copper sheet, or any other sheet will be there, or waterproof plastic sheet. Say, see, this is a plastic sheet, or any cartridge paper is there. Design cut, whatever explained is there, that is given. But the thing here is, friend, I would like to say is that here main problem in the stencil printing is there compared to block printing. In block printing, suppose in the block printing, whatever design is there, the perfect designs will come, 100% perfect designs will be there. Okay. So if it is a flower is there, flower you can mark it, or if any designs there, complicated designs there, that can be done here. But in case of stencil, that is not possible. That is not possible. If you cut a circle, can you cut the circle on this paper? Can you cut the circle on this paper? You cannot cut on the paper, on the circle. What will happen? If you cut a circle, you want to write O, you want to print O on the fabric. Can you cut O? Can you mark it O? It's not possible. You want to make one ring, circle, like bangles, that you cannot make. That is not cannot make. Correct? I will show you examples here on the board. One design I am going to explain you. Here O is there. I would like to write this. I would like to print this ring, or you say O is there. This I would like to print on the fabric. This I would like to print on the fabric by black color. By this, you say those friends, this is a black color. This I wanted to print on the fabric. Is it possible? But in case of block printing, this is possible, because in case of block printing, we can cut the curves, circle, and paste it and stamp it. That will be available. But in case of stencil paper, how to cut the stencil? Here you say this is the fabric is there. I'm writing here, this is the fabric. Fabric to be print. Fabric to be printed. Fabric to be print. This is a stencil paper. Okay, this is a stencil sheet. Okay, stencil plate. To get this O, how to cut the stencil? Friends, again, this stencil we have to cut like this. Shall we cut like this? First, I will take a sharp point blade. I will cut. Okay, if you cut on the open, can we get this full? This portion will come outside. Then it become a solid. Okay, solid circle or solid shape. But we cannot mark this. Now, what is required? This part will be not there. Now, what is required? Then, second point is, if we cut inside and leave it this outside circle, outside line, can we get this? Can we print this? It's not possible. So, what we have to do it? We have to leave small supporting portion. We have to leave while cutting this stencil. We have to leave some portions. Here, see. I'm cutting like this. So this portion, okay, this portion, I'm leaving this part. Understood, friends? What I'm saying? Now, by this technique, this is the opening. This is the opening. This is the stencil plate is there. This much of opening I cut, but balance this portion, top and bottom I left. This point I left because these points are supporting. These points are supporting to these curves. Okay, not biggest will be there, very small will be there. Actually, in practical, this is very small. Okay, very small will be there. This is called ties. This we can call it as a ties. Tie means holding, curves holding point, ties. Okay. Then if we cut it, this plate, if I kept here and brush it on that, then what print, how much print, this if I cut, how much print I can get? Only this much print I can get. Correct? If I keep this stencil plate and put on this and brush it or spray it, only this part is printed, and this small tie part will be there, no supporting part, that is not printed. This is a disadvantages in the stencil printing. Just I am showing the ring or O, but really some complicated designs will be there. That is very tough. This is unbroken circle or ring. You cannot print. But later, after printing, manual adjustment is required on the print. This is the disadvantages is there. Even though this is one example, I am giving you one more example to understand. See, O is there. Next, I wanted to print A. This A I wanted to print. This A I wanted to print. How to cut the stencil on this? Shall I cut here? If I cut like this, okay. If I cut like this, okay. If I cut like, first I will cut like this, then this portion will be out. This portion will be out. Okay. Understood, friends? This portion, this inside triangle will be there, and this triangle will be out. So what to do? To keep this triangle, for the triangle, it requires a supporting. So I have to make here one support. Here we can make support, this support, or you can support here. Any one support we have to give. So any one support is required. This, so that this part is cannot, this is not, this is an unbroken part, rest is broken. Rest is cut. Okay, this part. Okay, this like this we have to cut. Then only this inside triangle will be there. So if I put stencil, we can paste it, and this part will not be printed. This part will not be printed. That later the printer has to adjust by manually. This is, hope you understood. I do not want to take further examples. Okay friends, this is a stencil printing. Like that, flower, birds, floral, geometrical prints, whatever prints are there, those are all the prints. Okay, those are all the prints can be done. This is the advantage there. See here. So if this is a required, this is a disadvantage there. Not only disadvantage, one more disadvantage is there. And in case of block printing, table will be there, printing table will be there, and the printable fabric is spread tightly, and it is calculated manually. Width and stretched fabric will be there, and repeats are calculated. Blocks are printed. Right? The blocks are printed. But in case of this also, we have to hold sheet one by one. There is chances to make this stencil plate, if it is made by metals, copper metal or any thin metal, what will happen? Chances of color spreading chances are there. If you, how much time? If 100 times you have to take and same design, you have to repeat. If you make repeat like this, how much time it will take time? And sometimes color spreading between the fabric and the sheet is a chances will be there, right? And also it is a laborious and manual. It is a laborious and manual and tedious job. But easy job is we can for rapid immediately, for urgent requirement, for any urgent printing, we can cut the stencil by scissors or sharp pins by using sheets, metal sheets or plastic sheets. We can cut what design is required, what repeat is required. But that is easy, but it is a laborious and manually not suitable for large production. We cannot do the bulk production in the dyeing or printing companies, mills. 1,000 meters of fabric cannot be printed by stencil. It is only a manual, that is home printing. What do you call it? It's a home business. Home business will be there, no home business or simple small scale industries, home industries like small, that is only, not for in the mill. 1,000 meters of fabric, 2,000 meters of fabric are printed. This stencil method is not suitable. And also the thing here is where the application will be there. This type of stencil printings are used for not for our men's, women's and kids garments. Usually it is this type of prints are printed on wall hangings, curtains, table covers, okay, bed sheets, cushion covers, decorative panels, only the household purposes, tablecloth, bed sheets, wall hangings and other things. It is suitable, but best cloths. And usually, and also friends, you can see the stencil printing is usually used, what I observed is for the gunny bag, where the packing will be there. In agriculture, in agricultural industries, some wheels, cereals wheels, so not cereals, the grains, the raw grains are packed on the gunny bags, and on that the descriptions is written. That description is printed by using the stencils, right? By on the gunny bag, the green ink by green color they are using. Right, hope you understood. And also in this type of stencil print I observed in the automobile industries, in buses, and in especially government buses, in the every sheets, every where they are marking the numbers and other things, very simple. This is by just keeping a stencil and painting or brushing or spraying, that's all. No brushing, no designs, carving, like we have to draw this like that. Putting the pen stencil, spraying or sponge using, it is a marking, very interesting. And what type of colors are used? Oil colors are also used. Oil colors, watercolors are used. Even for the fabrics, woolen goods, oil colors are used for woolen goods, velvet, jute cloth. And for watercolors, for home requirements, say show is there, no? Watercolors are used for making tablecloths and other things. The ladies, the women's, housewives knows better this. When they're in the free time, they used to do all this printing on the tablecloths or TV cloth and so many things, household, whatever house fashions, house decoration is required. These are the things are there, friends. Okay, this is not a tough subject, but as a part of the textile printing, this is one part is there included. That's so I have to cover. If required tomorrow, I think this is not required for practical. Okay, now I have understood on this. So I will take this only one class on the stencil printing. This is not a tough subject or any tedious or complicated subject. So next I will come for live same subject in Hindi version. Okay, those who are interested in India, for my Indian audience, those who are interested in Hindi, for them I will take live class tomorrow in Hindi. Friends, so it's enough for you to understand stencil printing. Please subscribe to our channel, Guruvira Textile and Fashion Technology Tutorials. Please share it to your friends, like it, and click the icon bell for the notifications to get in your device. Thank you very much.